Welcome to www.killthatnoise.com. I'm your boy, the Cameron McMath. I got my man, Joe Son, with me. And today we have the pleasure of joining us, son of Washington Redskins head coach, Mr. Jack Gruden himself.
What's up?
How you doing, man?
Doing great. How are you guys?
Doing well, man.
Good.
Thanks. All right, man. Thank you for joining us. How's the camp going? How's everything?
Going good. It's been a long few days, so got some good work in out here. Just trying to get better out here.
So that's amazing. Let me kind of jump into this. Let me ask this question. As the son of NFL head coach, what's it like growing up in that household, coming up through the years, being as competitive and being in that atmosphere and environment growing up? What's that like?
You hit it right in the button with that. It's been real competitive. Brothers, my dad really competitive. Growing up, we'd play pickup basketball, we'd play outside football, baseball, and anything we could just compete at. Video games. It's always something we're competing at in the house.
Okay. So let me ask, who wins pickup basketball? Who's the better athlete? If your brothers were to hear this right now, who's the better athlete?
Right now, basketball, I'd say my middle brother. He played basketball at the University of Dayton, so he probably got the upper notch on that. As much as I hate to say that, I still feel like I could hold him down.
Okay. So as a young man, walk me through a day of the life of Jack Gruden when you're 16, 17 years old.
16, 17. I was sophomore high school. Just went to school, go basketball practice, come home, eat dinner. Nothing really 16, 17. It's much more different now than it was back then.
Right. So you mentioned basketball. Did you play football at any time in your life growing up?
Yeah, I played football my freshman, sophomore year. And my junior year, I went to a prep school for basketball. There was only 100 kids in the whole school, so we didn't really have a team in the field.
Right. Okay.
So you grew up in a competitive family. Your brother plays basketball. You played football growing up, and the other brother played football. So three boys and a football coach. What's that like for your mom growing up in that household? How was she able to separate herself and those type of things?
She's been doing good. She knows how much we like to compete. We actually find out later today if I'm about to have a niece or a nephew gender reveal. So
oh, nice.
She's over there.
Congrats.
You're hoping for the first girl in the family, but all of us are pushing for another boy. She's been good though. My mom's probably the most competitive one out of all of us. To be honest, she's a golfer. She plays tennis. Plays casino games. She does it all. She's fun.
Okay. So who do you think you got the competitive side for? Your mom, your dad, or both?
Probably a little bit of both. You know, my dad's probably the most competitive person. So I don't know. I'd probably say my dad just because all the guys we're close. We just compete and everything. So.
Right.
Okay. So you mentioned your dad and how competitive things he are. We know he grew up in the family where it comes from. Also, your uncle also being an NFL coach. So my family around holidays, we kind of get together and eat together and do things together. Talk to me. What is like two brothers, being your uncle and your dad, come together, knowing at some point we probably play each other throughout the year? How is that like at a holiday function or a family function for you guys?
Well, we really haven't been together, all of us together in a long time. But when we were, I used to live down in Florida, work with my Uncle John, so my dad would come down here and there. But they like to joke around with each other, poke jokes at each other, and they just talk about their times back when they're like my age, when I'm around, and all that good stuff.
Okay. So as he mentioned, your Uncle John, he has his own legacy. Your dad's gonna have his own legacy. What's a legacy that you want to be reminded of when you're all said and done?
For me, I'm trying to become GM or scout in this league. I like the scouting side better. That late round steal you can find, or that early round guy that can make your team just go from this to like blow your team like this. So it's been fun.
Right.
So you mentioned earlier that you was down in Florida. So I know you've been in Florida. Your mom is originally from Kentucky, and now you're in the DMV. Out of those three atmospheres and environments that you've experienced, which one do you prefer?
I wasn't really in Kentucky to visit. I grew up mostly in Ohio and Florida, so I would probably say Florida's got the better weather, obviously. But growing up, I was actually really like living in Cincinnati, Ohio, where my dad was with the Bengals there. So I'd probably say Cincinnati is probably my favorite place to live and be in.
Okay, so you mentioned your dad and the Bengals. Did he ever get to coach Chad Johnson?
No, but he was the year right after.
Oh, okay, so no Chad Johnson stories.
I think it was 02.
All right, so let's talk football. You got the Eagles in your division, Super Bowl champions. You got the Cowboys and the Giants. Give me 2 reasons why the Redskins are going to win the division.
We got to get everybody back healthy first. Once we get everyone healthy, I think we'll all get on the same page. We got some of the best offensive line in football. We got a really smart quarterback. We got 2 good running backs back there, a group of running backs actually. Probably one of the best tight ends in all of football.
Right.
Another one added next to Davis. And then we got a really young D-line that's hungry. They want to be great. They're all pushing each other. We got fast linebackers, smart linebackers. One of the best corners in all football, Mr. Norman.
Oh, yeah.
And we got a young guy trying to prove his worth, and Mr. Dunbar on the other side. And then, everyone knows about Swag, talks his mouth.
Oh, yeah.
That young Monse. So I think if we all stay healthy,
So sticking with football. You named about the young defensive line and kind of the swag and the personality of defense. From your perspective, so we covered a lot of the draft and a lot of the combine this year. Give me the grade, what you would grade based on you guys' draft picks and for this NFL draft.
Grade on our draft?
Yeah, for you.
I think we did. I think we did a home run job. I think everyone were on the same page, and that they were on the same page in the draft. I know that they had Payne up there on their top of their list, and a couple other guys, and then they get my guy, Mr. Geis, in the second round. I think that helped a lot. And then the young tackle we got from Louisville, he can play both sides just in case someone gets hurt.
Right.
Hopefully, move him around. It's good backups, good depth.
Okay. Now you're with these guys on a daily basis. For the audience that doesn't see them on as much as you do, give me a few names of the guys that are impressing in camp that maybe they got overlooked. You mentioned Juice and all that, but he was a second rounder. Give me some late round bloomers.
Late round guys.
Even undrafted free agents. Anybody that's making an impression in camp right now.
I like the young corner we got from I don't know what school he came from. Johnson, looking smart football player. He can be in the return game. My guy Trey Quinn, he's really smart. Yeah. He knows how to get open. He knows the game real well, ins and outs. Sean Dion Hamilton will be pretty good once his knees. That's all solid, back to 100%. Good young late round guys. A lot of them.
Okay.
So I'm an Alabama fan. Let me put that out there as far as college football. I'm an Alabama fan. And the Redskins, I look through the roster, see a lot of Crimson Tide. So it makes me excited, right, about that. So I kind of have the Redskins myself kind of flying under the radar to win that division. I think they are being overlooked a lot by a lot of the media and people like that. But tell me right now in camp, since you be with them so much, who is your favorite person to be around, like the funniest guy that's out there?
The funniest guy. They're all different and funny in their own. But in my media room that I work with, that's where I set up, and that's where it all happens. So Geis is always going through. Payne's always in there. Jonathan Allen's in there. Dunbar's a funny guy. Swag. Zach Brown will be in there running his mouth. We all love to compete in that room. So whoever walks in, it's always a good story, a good time.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's talk quarterback. You got Alex Smith now as the quarterback. You have Kirk Cousins now with the Vikings. What's the atmosphere like now with Alex there?
Main thing is we just know we got a guy. Now we got a guy locked in for 5 years. Alex now. He's a really smart guy. He's a natural leader. He came in and take over the offense right away. Everyone seems to gravitate towards him in the locker room, in the building. He can talk to anybody. Everyone likes him. So it's been a good fit for us so far.
And speaking of upgrades and new quarterbacks, you guys drafted one of the top name running backs in Darius Geis. But as I look throughout the camp roster so far, you guys got a pretty competitive running back core with Tez from Grambling. I saw him play a couple times down in Grambling, and they're pretty competitive. So what's that like? What's their relationship with each other, and how are they building off each other?
They all love each other. They're all in there trying to make each other better. They're not worried about taking each other's job. They just want to make each one better. Coach, they all like a big brotherhood in there. That running back room is really, really close room of guys. They had some running back parties at Ashburn where they play video games and all that good stuff. So it's been that room's a really good room right there.
All right. So sticking with running back, what's the status on Chris Thompson? How's he healing up?
We're slowly working his way back in. We're not trying to get back to running, being back in shape. We don't want to push him. He was going to let us know when he's ready to full go. Just like let him work on his routes and some of that stuff. So we're going to hold him back a little bit.
You mentioned earlier about Josh Norman. Earlier this summer, Josh was in the media with one of my good friends, Demario Davis, going down to the border and helping those young children down there that's been separated from their families. What's that like to have a guy of his excitement, his leadership out there, not just on the defense, but in that locker room?
Josh is he's a character right there. He once this is on, puts his helmet on, he's the most competitive guy out there. He's working to be the best. Nothing else. If he messes up, he wants to do it again. He's perfect. It's all he chases perfection. Demands it of himself. He works for 40 minutes after practice, working on routes, doing all that. He's not more of a vocal leader. He leads by example. He's the first one in the weight room. He's always doing everything right. Guys tend to gravitate towards him in the DB room, try to pick his brain because he was an all-pro. He was Pro Bowler. He was his resume speaks for itself. So people try to pick his brain. So he's like that leader of that room.
Gotcha. All right. So before we get going and stuff, Cam, you done so we can go to the rapid fire?
Yeah. Let's shoot him. Let's shoot him.
So now rapid fire, basically we're just gonna give you some questions off the top of the head. You just go with it. All right. Now the most controversial one we have: who's the greatest of all time? MJ, LeBron.
LeBron, not even close. LeBron.
What's the reason behind it?
He can do it all. MJ is more of just a scorer. He makes better. He rebounds, pass, dunking on you. He's got a jump shot now today. Plays defense, chase down blocks, does it all.
Okay.
So let me ask you this one. I mentioned that your mom went to Louisville, where she met your dad.
Yep.
So speaking basketball, your brother plays basketball. So between the two, University of Kentucky, University of Louisville, who you got?
L's up, Louisville.
So I'm assuming the locker room is competitive. Madden comes out next week. Who's the number one guy there in Madden not named Jack Gruden?
I don't know. I can't really find. They're all battling for number two. They're a new person each day. It's saying, "I heard you beat him. I heard you beat him." I play. They're all saying the best. I'm like, all right, I've heard this one before. Let's go.
Who gives you the most competition?
Most competition. I played Darius one time. I beat him by 7. That was one of the close games. I played Dunbar a lot. Dunbar's pretty good. Jonathan Allen's pretty good too as well. But I've heard a lot of people are pretty good, but I just got to wait to see it.
That's fair. That's fair. So next question, pretty controversial from my end. Xbox or PlayStation?
I got both, but I personally like PlayStation a lot better.
Okay. So, another controversial one. Give me the greatest Mike in their prime. Mike Tyson, Mike Jackson, Michael Jordan.
Mike Jackson.
Mike Jackson.
The
GOAT.
People cry when he's performing. People are crying in the crowd. He's like he's the guy.
Okay.
So, give me your number one Redskin of all time.
The GOAT, Sean Taylor.
Sean Taylor, of course. I was gonna say for him.
GOAT.
All right. So when you're not in training camp, when you're not doing football stuff, what keeps Jack Gruden entertained?
I just hang out with my friends and stuff. My parents will hang out. We'll go swim in the backyard. Go up and go up to the clubhouse, eat, go out to eat, go out to drink. I'm real close with my family, so I try to keep in touch with them. I'll FaceTime all my brothers. Play my video games, like you guys have seen. That's about it, really. Simple.
Okay.
Simple life. Necessary.
Yep.
So let me ask, on a video game standpoint, you are a video game player. Outside of Madden, what other games are on the table for you?
Oh, FIFA's probably my number one. Love FIFA.
Ooh, we got to get FIFA then. FIFA for sure.
FIFA, the Call of Duties, NBA, Fortnite. Those are my main games.
Okay. So, your last meal, you find out the world's gonna end tomorrow. What are you having?
My last meal?
Yes, sir.
Say hibachi. I love hibachi food. It's probably my favorite.
Hibachi. Okay.
Hibachi. Controversial question about who's the greatest out of these 3 rappers. You got Lil Wayne, JayZ, or Drake. Who you going with?
My tweet recently just went with Drizzy Drake. Go with Drake.
Drizzy.
You look at his songs. I'm playing in our room the other day on Pandora, and every song that came, I was like, "Dang, I forgot he had this one. That wasn't was number one hit." And so I just think he's got the most hits out there. He can rap, he can pop sing, he's just probably one of the most talented guys out there.
All right.
Have you done the In My Feelings challenge?
You said what?
Have you done the In My Feelings challenge? Speaking of Drake.
Can't stand that. That's one song I don't like.
No. All right. So speaking of music, we know that the players pregame they listen to music. If you were a player nowadays, who you got in your headphones to warm you up, hype you up?
Hype me up for a game if I had to play a game.
Right.
I'd probably throw on some Future. That's a hard question. There's so many guys. Lil Wayne's got some good stuff still. I like a lot of Drake stuff. And there's a new guy from Louisiana, like an NBA Youngboy. He's got some good stuff coming out.
Okay. All right. So before we go, we would like to give you the platform to give a shout out to anybody. Say whatever you want to say. The floor is all yours.
Just want to say shout out to everyone that's watching this video. It's been a great time interviewing with these guys. All the Redskins fans out there, get your popcorn ready. It's going to be a good year.
Oh, yeah. Skins fans, get ready. You heard it here first from my man, Jack Gruden. We're getting ready to sign out. Once again, we want to thank you for joining www.killthenoise.com. I'm your boy, the Cameron McMahon. My man, Joe Son.
Yes, sir.
Listen, we signing out.
Yes, sir.